Hey, welcome to Dejuan's Aerial Quad channel. So, this day of flying, I drove over to Illinois. What you're seeing right now is actually a long shot looking at the bridge going from Perryville, Missouri to Chester, Illinois. You're looking toward Illinois. On that day, I was apparently a little too overconfident with my knowledge of the Mic Minis. And maybe three of the videos in this series, the audio did not actually get captured live. So unfortunately, all the gold that I was spitting that day, gone. So you get Dejuan in the edit room. So we are going to, in this flight, make it over the river into Illinois and then come back, of course. We'll drive there later. And that should be in the next video in this little mini series. But that is in the works. So I think first thing, knowing me and looking in the distance and seeing a water tower, pretty sure that's my main objective right now. And now I am at max altitude. The Missouri side right here is very flat. And we're going across the Mississippi River. We're going to go over and take a look at that bridge. But the Illinois side, there's a big bluff right away. So to get up to altitude on that water tower is every foot we've got of our 400-foot limit that is imposed by the software. Now, another thing that I did not notice during this entire flight, we're not going to make it particularly close to the bridge. The next video where we're over on the Illinois side, we'll get a closer look at the bridge. But I did not notice that it's actually two bridges right now. The suspension bridge that you see, that is new and it's not finished yet. There are actually gaps in the roadway and they're actively building it right now. So there's an old, smaller bridge that you can see that's a little bit closer to us here. And that is the bridge as it currently exists. So kind of funny that I didn't notice that on this flight, but I also didn't get particularly close. So it's not too crazy of a thing to miss. So this is the first bridge across the Mississippi River south of St. Louis. There's been talk for years of building one in Festus or Arnold, but they haven't done it yet. St. Genevieve has a ferry, but no actual bridges. And then from here, you have to go down south to Cape Girardeau. All right, so right there, you can see in the screen recording, I'm actually testing out to see if I can even get to that water tower. It's like we're doing okay on signal right now. That's always a concern when you're getting this far away. I mean, look, we're a mile and a half kind of casually already. But that day was fun. It was a nice, just little relaxing trip across the river, down south a ways. Stopped at quite a few Casey's. If you've watched me for any length of time, you know I'm a fan of Casey's. And yeah, that was just a good time. Went to this place in Cape called Burritoville. Ooh. All right, now at this point, I noticed that this is a school and there are actively children on the playground. And so I don't want to be that guy to be flying over kids in a playground, freaking anybody out. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take off this direction and try to get around the far end of that water tower. Now, the 400 feet ceiling that we've got is really stretching what we're able to do from where we launched. If we had launched from a higher spot or here across the river, which we'll do in the next video, it really wouldn't be any kind of issue at all. But, well, that's not the world we're living in. So I'm checking the height of the tree line. just to make sure I can actually make it there without, you know, having an incident. Trying to stay more aware of power lines these days after some recent adventures, if you will. But yeah, we made it just far enough to make it out Chester, and then there's a picture of Popeye. Look at that. Yeah, so Popeye will be featured in the next video. An interesting little thing about Chester, Illinois. Now we're getting a long shot here. Not there. There's actually a little bit of a shine to it on the right side. There's two barns that are closer on the Missouri side. The little shine on the right side, that's actually where I am sitting. I think that's a glint off the windshield or something. We're gonna mosey our way on back. We're over 2 miles away right now. And we did it in just a few minutes in normal mode. So we're putting it in sport mode, bringing it on back a little bit faster. Always impressed by all of these drones I've got, but the 5 Pro, as you would hope, is the most powerful, most advanced. Okay, I think at this moment I'm looking back on the road because there was somebody pulled over that I passed, and I wanted to see if they're still there. And then there's a barge. You know, can't resist a good barge, almost as good as a water tower. I don't like recording these voiceovers after the fact. Like the entire road trip series from last summer had to record every single one after the fact. I think it's more fun to do it in the moment. But I suppose this is better than a silent video. Speaking of nice sounds to enjoy, thanks to Dead Armadillo Sounds, giving us something that's not just me droning on. All is good. Droning. See what I did there? So this part of Missouri and Illinois, very much known for agriculture. That's a major point there where barges can get filled up and emptied, mostly filled up, with grain and other crops and such. But now we're going to come back over to the Missouri side. Kind of surprised I didn't get a better view of that reflection off the water down to the right. Oh, maybe? No, I don't think I did. Now we're going to mosey on this way. We're almost back within a mile's range. We're just going to look at this incredible long expanse of flat farmland on the Missouri side. Now that's not to say that Illinois doesn't have that. You get over that little bluff, oh man, there's going to be plenty of it. But in this particular location, Missouri is flatter. All right, I want to get a little lower here, looks like. So I've learned recently not how to fix my mics, but I've learned to be more cautious about power lines. So I took a glance down there first. But now I am getting a little closer to the field, just 100 some odd feet off the ground. And I'm going to take a look here at this bit of farm equipment and buildings. mostly buildings here. Some silos, some large, probably barns, probably just for equipment. Probably not any other kind of storage, and certainly no livestock right here. That's 100% a crop farming operation. And an original, perhaps, to the property building. Doesn't seem to be in service today. Now here's some big old grain elevators, mobile ones, man. They have some interesting toys in farming. All right, we'll get one last good view here of all this beautiful terrain. You can see where the crop is in and where the crop is not in. Beautiful green versus the brown. And then we'll probably going to close things off here with just a nice long shot of the bridge. Now we did all that. Flight time was something like 14 minutes. Made it 2 miles away. Did a big half a circle in about a mile away. Mini 5 Pro. All day. Thanks for watching DJI's Aerial Quad channel. And I do hope I see you next time.